into your life, it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid. Step out of line, the man come and take you away.
The final hour of the InfoWarrior with Jason Bermas. We are proud to have a real warrior in this fight on the program. We last met up with her over at the G20 in Pittsburgh, where she revealed that she was going to do some big things in D.C. this year, and those big things have started, so we decided to have her on the program, talk about those things and many others. And there is a new YouTube video of, I believe, Cindy Sheehan outside of Dick Cheney's house, so we're going to be discussing that as well. How you doing, Miss Sheehan?
Hey, Jason. How are you?
I'm very, very well.
Good.
Well, you know, it's great to have you on because you have gone beyond this left-right paradigm. You continue to fight to get our troops home from Afghanistan and Iraq and try to get this war of aggression to end. Tell people where you are right now.
Well, this minute I'm in Washington, D.C., and, you know, I think that it's very important that we unite on the principles that we agree on, and there's so many with ending the wars of aggression, Iraq, Afghanistan now. You know, we're bombing in Pakistan, 20 more kills with a drone bomb today in Pakistan. There's been 11 drone strikes since the CIA, whatever they were. Some people say they were contractors. Some people say they were, agents that were killed in Afghanistan not too long ago in response to another drone bombing attack. So, it's just so important that we realize that as Americans or citizens of the world, our country is doing so many devious and destructive things around the world that it's urgent that we work together to stop them. Now, I don't agree with everything that you say. I was listening to your show a little bit, but I don't think that those issues are important to ending the needless death that's happening right now that's being perpetrated by our government.
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with you, and I actually have that story that you were talking about in Pakistan in front of me. I covered it earlier in the program. Suspected U.S. drone kills 20 in Pakistan. Missiles slam into Waziristan compound formerly used as a religious school. And we are seeing these type of articles day in and day out. In fact, it's tough for me to go to Reuters or to go to CNN or to go to FoxNews.com and not see another story about a drone killing people in Pakistan. Now, this is a place that they say, well, it's on the border of Afghanistan and Al-Qaeda's moved into here. But we know that the Pakistani ISI was set up by Western intelligence, by British intelligence, revamped by the CIA during the 70s and 80s. And we've had close ties with the Pakistani ISI for quite some time. Now, we won't declare a hot war there, but we don't seem to have a problem very remotely killing their citizens. And they'll say, oh, it's Al-Qaeda, oh, it's terrorists. But when you look at what's happening, we just continue these wars of aggression, whether it be Afghanistan, whether it be Iraq, whether it be now Pakistan, and they're talking about Yemen, and it's all based on lies. One of the other stories I covered earlier today was that Blair had letters from his foreign minister saying, hey, these guys don't have weapons of mass destruction. Jack Straw, the person saying this, they don't have weapons of mass destruction. This war is not legal, but they just go ahead and do it anyway. And even with this president's so-called exit strategy, that really just serves the system. It's not an exit strategy at all. He's saying by the end of 2011, we're going to have 50,000 non-combat troops in Iraq. Now, I don't know what a non-combat troop looks like because I know that troops carry weapons. We're going to talk about that and a lot more with Cindy Sheehan, cindysheehan.com, and, of course, Cindy Sheehan's Soapbox is the podcast. Please go check it out. We'll be back after this with Cindy Sheehan. It's the InfoWarrior with Jason Bermas, PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com. We are back. It's the InfoWarrior with Jason Bermas. We're joined by Cindy Sheehan. And Cindy, the last time we spoke, you were talking about a prolonged effort to take over the streets of D.C. in protest of these illegal wars in the Middle East. Why don't you tell the audience about that?
Well, I'm getting together a new coalition, Peace of the Action, P-E-A-C-E, of the Action. People can get more information at peaceoftheaction.org. And we actually did our first event this week here. We had a CIA drone briefing at Best Boys and Poets on Wednesday with ex-CIA analyst Ray McGovern, who came in and talked about the history, the devious history of the CIA, and their new paramilitary, well, it's not new, but it's been greatly enhanced and greatly increased paramilitary drone bombing program, especially in Pakistan, like you said, where there are no declared war. Well, we don't have any declared war anyway, but where the CIA is working with the ISI and the government of Pakistan to target people. And when they say they killed Al-Qaeda or Taliban, they always say suspected Al-Qaeda or Taliban. There's been very little confirmation of, killing anybody. That the only things we know about these people is that they're enemies of the government of Pakistan or the ISI. And so the CIA is helping Pakistan and the ISI assassinate people in northwest Pakistan mostly. And so we had that briefing on Wednesday. Yesterday we went to the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. We had a protest in front of CIA headquarters. We had people speaking about the technicalities of the drone program, but we also, every speaker in our protest yesterday, we denounced the use of drones and the overwhelming amount of civilians killed for each so-called suspected terrorist target. There's over 100, at least 100 civilians killed for every suspected terrorist target. And we know that when you kill innocent people and you kill their families and you, knock down their schools and their hospitals and their homes, that they become enemies of us. So it's not stopping the so-called terror, it's increasing terror. And I believe that is one of the goals of the CIA, to spread it, not to stop it. And so anyway, the Associated Press put out a story that we were there protesting the drones attacking Al-Qaeda and the Taliban. And without going into, the creation of Al-Qaeda and the Taliban and how far back that goes and what went into that, that's not what we were saying. We were saying that we're protesting the deaths of innocent people. So I got dozens of emails today, attacking me. I got death threats. I got somebody called my son a queer and a faggot, the one that was killed in Iraq. And so it's just amazing that our government and the corporate media can collaborate together to propagandize us to believe that it's okay for somebody sitting at Creek Air Force Base in an air-conditioned bunker to press a button and kill innocent people. And so we're eliminating the risk to Americans. I'm not for American soldiers being killed, but we shouldn't be in this situation anyway. So we were protesting the illegality and immorality, inherent immorality of killing innocent people for the CIA's war of terror. And the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, they have huge drones. They have predator drones there, Reaper drones there. And the exhibit is sponsored by General Atomics, who makes these drones. And so today we went, the Smithsonian was crowded, a bunch of families with kids not thinking about the terror and the death and destruction that their government and these types of military hardware cause. So we dropped a banner right by the drone protest that said drones kill kids. So that's what we're doing here for Peace of the Action. And in March, we're going to set up a camp right on the lawn of the Washington Monument, and we will do direct action every day until things start to change.
Now, are you still continuing with kind of like staggering these protests where you ask people to spend a week or two with you and then move on and have people come in a week later and 2 weeks later and have a sustained protest?
Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to set up camp on March 13th. And, you know, we're hoping that some people can come, you know, with the state of the economy, people losing their jobs in their homes. We're hoping people can come and stay with us for, you know, our whole action. But if people can only come for one week or 2 weeks or a few days at a time, you know, people in the Washington, D.C., Virginia, Maryland area can come in and help us every day if they want. That we're hoping that we will have this sustained protest, and not just one day of symbolic action, but a day where, I mean, a sustained protest